Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Solare. This is Team Veerity, so let's get into the recap. Previously, Team Veerity completed their mission after having rescued Duskbringer. Eventually, Duskbringer woke back up and explained to the group what she could remember up to that point. After that, the group ventured back down to Kustelik, where Lilith and Ricard danced their way through a very suspicious-sounding Duke Forsberg, who gave them their reward but reluctantly. Soon after, the group made a prompt journey away from the city and towards their next destination, Solage. Along the way, they had some more time to learn about Duskbringer themselves, and Veerity as a whole. Halfway through, they were awoken by some pursuing soldiers sent by the Duke, accusing them of harboring a prisoner. Once again, the group was able to weasel their way out of being arrested. And finally, their last night before reaching Solage was upended by a frantic Onipam, who woke up from a terrible nightmare. Now, the group has finished their journey north and arrived in Solage on the evening of Nieves the First. So, approaching the city, you see the rugged wood walls stick up out of the snow. The city inside is rustic with buildings mainly crafted out of compact dirt and stone as foundation, and finely cut wood, creating a very unique natural sheen framing. Most of the buildings are similar crafted to this, except for what is the centerpiece of the city, the Church of Sol, which sits at the shoreline. The church hulks over the rest of the city and perfectly splits the city in half, as there is a small levee protruding up and into the city, splitting it right down the middle. Finally, the church's most distinguishing features include the two stone statues holding large orbs in their hands, resting at the foot of the steps on either side of the levee. And if you guys want to open Owlbear, I actually have the map.
Oh. Ooh.
Hang on. I will have a map momentarily. Forget to put it in. I'll put it above Veerity there. Boom. So yeah, that's Solage.
Oh wow, another port town. There's a lot of those here.
Question about the statues. Are they both like identical statues or
Yeah, they're what you can only assume to be statue soul. Basically, they're depicted as these sort of Herculean figures, kind of with well-kept beards and a crown of stars resting on their head. And they're holding up orbs in both hands, kind of outwards over the levee there. I don't have them on the map, but they would be like right here and right here.
Is there like any barrier between the ocean and this channel here? Or is it just free flowing?
So the levee actually goes under through the church out to the ocean there. Obviously, it's not really depicted on the map here, just because I don't think Wonderdraft really has an asset like that I could find. But basically, yeah, the church itself kind of arches over the levee there, I guess, with there being steps on either side up to the church.
Is it like a canal where like there's like a barrier between like here, like there's something blocking it and they like open and close it, or is it just free flowing?
Yeah, I would say it's more canal-like. These bridges are all much bigger than what they appear to be on the map. And it looks like at least some medium-sized vessels could very well go under them. But there is sort of mechanisms under the church that you can tell kind of control the flow of the water.
I see. Okay. Alrighty. Well. What, no.
Immediately upon entry into the city, you can see Dustbringer looking visibly uncomfortable as she folds her arms in tight, begins to dart her head around and looking out for anything and everything.
Take care. We can find something, someplace maybe on the outer parts of town, just in case we need to make a quick getaway. Are there any taverns around that could fulfill that request? Something near a gate, or at the very least near the wall?
There is a tavern kind of towards the market, like right around here. I think this is the only tavern in the city.
Oh.
With this being such a religiously devout city, there really isn't much, I guess, pleasantries, I would say, such as a tavern.
Where do people? Is there? Well, not much visitors that come into Solage.
Looks like we're gonna have to ask around for some clues.
It's not that there doesn't seem to be much visitors, it's just that people here, you can tell, are very over the top with their devotion, much more than any other sort of followers of Sol that you've come across. I mean, everywhere you look in the city, there's just some sort of propaganda for the church, it seems like.
So, if people were to spend the night in the city, would they have to ask residents to house them? if not in the tavern.
Either that, or the church does have beds as well.
Hmm.
Sleep in the church.
I look to the party. I was like, I don't know how we're going to avoid the Church of Soul here. Or at
Why are
least,
we avoiding the church?
well, because Duskbringer doesn't exactly fit in with their whole prerogative.
Oh.
Neither do I, but at least no one's have their eyes peeled for a furbolg. The drow is a lot more conspicuous.
Well, it's a good thing you had that fancy mask to give them at least.
Yeah. That didn't stop them last time, but one can hope. Any ideas? And I look to everyone else.
Well, I guess it depends on what exactly we're doing here, Ricard.
I need to go check out the statues.
Oh, doing some sightseeing with the statues? I mean, that does bring us close to the church, so... Looks back at Solmanor.
Well, my only issue is if we're staying the night here, which, Ricard, do you think this is going to be something that's going to require us to stay within the city for more than a couple days?
I would imagine not.
Yeah, he just wants to see some statues, right?
We can always camp outside.
In a sense.
All right. I'll make sure that Duskbringer has the mask fastened on correctly. And then I'll take my point at the front with, I assume, Rickard,
Yeah.
since I do know the city a little bit.
Onipam will be in the middle then. Kind of just looking at everything in kind of awe at the first time, kind of like seeing it in the big bridges.
I guess I'm in the back.
True, so you don't dart to the front and get insta-killed by a Yeti.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's go look at some statues.
Kind of look around, see if there's anything that's changed in the city noticeably since last time I've been here.
Doesn't seem like a whole lot. Although, it does seem like there are maybe more shipping vessels at the ports up top there.
I forget. Was the shipping of slaves, was Solage one of the places?
No, not really. Just because of how far it is, I guess, from where mainly most of the slaves would be going to. Unless they like caught slaves around the area, slaves wouldn't be brought into Solage, but rather they would probably be shipped out.
Okay.
It's true, we're kind of on the edge of the map here. You'd have to be going really specifically to here to be here.
You said you were looking for a statue. There's two. Was there anything distinguishing
Oh,
that you
well,
were supposed to look for?
if they both look the same, that's all I got.
Fair enough.
So that's Soul and that's Soul, and they have oars.
Is there, from what I know about, soul worship and being in the city, is there any religious significance to there being two, or is it just so that it's on both sides? Just for
No,
aesthetic?
there's no religious significance. It's more just for the symmetry purposes of the church, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, that makes it look really nice, but that's also really boring. Like,
So,
come on.
I was gonna say, because the church already looks so symmetrical.
Look what they did.
I suppose architects have some say over what the priests have to say.
Maybe it's because of those oars, and they're like boats. I have to blame for how many times I find myself on a boat. There's always some sort of mission or
Orb.
memory. Oh, orbs?
Oh, damn. Orbs, not oars.
Oh
Oars.
my
Orbs.
gosh. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. They have just like boat oars and they're kind of going across the water. I'm like, wow, that's neat.
Or,
They're just orbs.
Orbs, like the sun.
Pony Pen like looks at the sun. The sun's not an orb. Ah, my eyes! I can't believe.
Pony
No,
Pam
that was just my
stares
brain.
straight at the eclipse.
That was just my brain. I'm just like, ha, oars. Nah, orbs. Alright, well, there you go.
Well, if there's if there's nothing in between us and the statues, we go straight up to right or left, Rickard.
I will say, you guys, sorry if you let me interrupt. As you guys walked down the levee
Go ahead.
towards the two statues, you did not really notice many people out and about during the night. So,
Makes sense. There's curfew. Only Pam nods.
Fine by me. Right, I guess.
Right is always the right choice.
I don't know if that's true, but we're just taking a stab at it.
I say, right makes right.
Check out this right statue here. Come on, Cider. Stop playing in the snow.
Alright, can I look around the statue? See if there's anything that,
Sure. Roll investigation.
Make
Only
a
Pam's
vibe
just gonna
check.
be playing with Cider kind of off to the side a little bit. Kind of
What'd
by
you
the
say,
water.
Nate?
What?
What'd you say?
I was just joking.
Oh, okay.
Advantage.
27.
So, now that you're up close and personal with the statue, you can make out a bit more detail. In fact, you notice at the statue's waist, there seems to be a scabbard off to its right hip. Inside the scabbard, it doesn't look like there is anything in particular. It just looks like more carving of the stone in the shape of like a sword. But yeah, that's really the only other defining detail I would say. And you can see that the other one across the water also has the same scabbard.
Like there's is like is there like a hole in the scabbard, or is it just filled with stone?
It's just yeah, it's the shape of a scabbard with a sword in it, but the sword is like stone, not an actual sword.
But like if I like feel around the statue, is there anything?
Not really. You do find a loose piece of like parchment that kind of got swept up under its leg. And you take a look at it, and it just looks like more church propaganda. But it says, "Church open at daybreak."
Oh, if I try grabbing the sword in the scabbard and giving it a pull, does anything happen?
No.
No.
Like I said, it's not an actual sword. It's just
Oh,
the
I know. I just
Just trying
Yeah.
things.
No, nothing happens, unfortunately.
Onipem's gonna like look over at Solminor. Is he allowed to be doing that?
I mean, we could always just chalk it up to an art enthusiast just inspecting a fine work of art.
Alright, sounds like you'll be doing the talking.
No, he will be doing the talking.
well, there's nothing really. This one. Probably go across the water and cross the bridge and check out the other one.
Okay.
Over the water.
Um,
Da, 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 da.
you go over to the other statue. Same thing. Try and tug at the scabbard. Nothing happens. But as you're doing so, coming out of the church, you can see what seem to be two bishops that have like a lantern on a stick, basically lighting their path in front. They don't seem to notice you at first, and kind of just seem to be talking with each other as they're walking down the steps.
If I see them first with my my like long dark vision, I'll let Ricard know.
Well, because like, how big are these statues?
Probably a good 20 feet high.
And I assume they're pretty wide and all that.
Yeah.
I'll just basically walk around the statue, and then so it's basically blocking the view.
I'll I'll kind of give over my lantern to Onipan and just half pretend to like write stuff down, but really I just like looking up at the statue like I'm studying it, but really just devising one of my battle plans.
Onipem's just like confused, like holding the lantern, like looking at you, like, huh? And then like looking at the statue, like, what? Like, what? Why are you doing this all of a sudden? Like, are you interested in the statue too?
As you guys are trying to act all nonchalant, the two bishops will take notice to you. They don't see you, Ricard, but they see the rest of you, and they'll approach up to you, Silmanor. Greetings, folks. You do know it's past curfew, right?
Apologies, we arrived quite late.
Travelers. I see you, seem to be taking an interest in our lovely god.
Oh yes, what can you tell us of this statue's make?
Its make. Well, if I do recall, it was made out of, special marble that was drug out of the sea by the earliest ancestors of Veerity. And, it has withstood the test of time ever since. Some seem to claim that Sol himself has, blessed this city from ever rotting away.
Can I check to see if this is, if he's giving me bullshit?
Sure, make an insight check.
Okay. Yikes. Okay, that's only a 16.
They seem to be a bit gloating, obviously, but, you seem to take that they're being as truthful as they think they are.
You said fished out of the sea? Or they made it?
Well, that's how the story goes. But, who's to really say?
If possible, I'd love to. Us. That'd be a really fun story to tell. Is there any writings I can look at about this story?
Yes. Well, inside the church we have some manuscripts on the origins of Sol and his worshippers. But unfortunately, the church is closed until dawn. But you guys can always stay here in the city and be the first to come inside and see what everything's all about, I suppose.
I don't know. Is Rickard still hiding at this point? Or is he just around?
I sort of just figured to just sort of be around now. Not necessarily hiding.
Yeah. I don't know. I think
I want a place to sleep.
Oh, if you're looking for some beds, we have some over there at that small inn. I always know that the boathouses have some extra beds as well.
that's
The
true.
church beds are closed off tonight for a special event inside, but on any other day, they're usually open.
Ooh, special event. What kind of special event does this place have?
They kind of look at each other. Well, it's a bit exclusive to just followers of Sol, but can assure you that it's nothing crazy.
That sounds like the most cult shit in the world.
Ricard, insight check that.
With my insane wisdom.
Absolutely insane. But if you're not, then Onipam's just gonna be like, alright. Well, maybe that'll have to be something we look into. Salmon? Looks over at Salmonor, kind of tilts her head.
Salmon.
I
Kind
mean,
of like,
to be fair, I was gonna insight check it anyway, but you know.
yeah. Solare doesn't even recognize that you're addressing him. So,
Wind
like,
blows.
he thinks that you just said the word salmon out of nowhere. Just like cock an eyebrow, just like. Wondering, you in the mood for fish?
I mean, we did get here late, so getting some food, being able to sleep. I mean, I can't see anything here.
Also 20, but not natural.
Lilith, you definitely are sus.
Okay.
These guys are probably hiding something, but you just don't know what.
Alright.
Anyways, folks, we are gonna head back to our homes. We do suggest that you get a place to get some beds here soon. Once midnight hits, the guards do start sweeping the city for any stragglers, and well, you wouldn't want to be caught now, would you?
Of course not. Thank you, sirs.
Unless if they find us and they can help us like get a place to sleep, that would be pretty nice of them.
They're all very busy people. I think we can find our own way.
Very well. We'll have a good night.
Night night. Honeypen's gonna wave. Satyr's gonna meow. Kind of just approaches.
Alright, so these statues are similar but different to the one I'm looking for.
Hmm.
So we're still on our quest for statue sightseeing.
It could be in the church.
Oh no.
I mean, down. I mean, it's big enough to hold it.
Yeah. So we might have to show up when the church opens.
But they said that there's a special event going on for those that worship Soul. And
Oh.
Onipem's going to turn over to Sina. If only we had someone that worships Soul.
Cena? Oh yeah, Cena.
Well,
I mean,
well, I do worship him. I wouldn't say I'm as devout as these people.
And it's
I
fine,
mean-
we can just show up in the morning.
true. And if worse comes to worse, don't know how long this event is, but if it takes place over multiple days and we have to go into this secret fan club, I could just keep on my classic cleric of soul stuff going on.
It's something you've had to do before?
Okay.
Guess with that we start making our way to the inn.
Mm-hmm.
As you do so, Silmanor, you feel a tug on your sleeve, and you see she pulls you aside and points to the docks.
Oh, the boathouse.
Mm-hmm. Do you
What?
prefer that? Or is there something else that you need to talk about regarding it?
She looks over.
She still has the paper, right?
Yes. She'll write down, I can leave.
I mean, if you truly think you can handle yourself, then you can head off there if you so wish. Just keep your paper with you, just in case something happens.
As long as you all are okay here.
We'll be just fine.
Yeah, I mean, we're not getting into like, oh shoot. I mean, you know, okay, well, as long as we're, you know, not doing anything that'd get us into trouble here, we're just kind of looking around for something.
I'm sure we'll find trouble wherever it is. But we can always handle that. Anyways. And, under my breath, I'll walk a little closer and say, "May the night protect you."
She nods and will write, and you as well. Once I'm away, I don't know if we'll see each other again. But if something happens, you'll be the first to know.
DM, I was wondering, the blessing that allows me to, like, give someone initiative, do I know when it is used?
Which blessing would that be?
Vigilant Blessing. As an action, you give one creature you touch advantage on the next initiative roll the creature makes.
Is there a time limit to that at all?
Nope. It ends either after it's used or if I use the feature again.
Okay. If your plan is using it on her, I would say you can. Obviously, you don't know the certainty that she'll run into anything that attacks her, but
Yeah.
worth a shot, I guess.
But would I know, like, when it's expended?
I don't know. I'm gonna guess maybe not. Just because you're not going to be able to see it take into effect. So.
Okay. Then I'll she's planning to stow away, correct? On a boat?
Yes.
Okay. I'll give her the Vigilant Blessing, and I'm just gonna not use that feature for the next 3 days. Just to give her an extra edge if she needs it.
Sounds good. So, you give her the blessing. She, kind of looks around once again, looks back at you, nods, and, she starts to trail off for a second, and then turns around, comes running back up to you, and gives you a hug.
Any Pam gasps in the background?
You could tell that Somanor is not a hugging guy. he's kind of like has his arms kind of sandwiched to his side. He's like, "Oh, yeah," and kind of just takes a hand and like lightly pats her, and it's like, "Thank you."
She smiles, and it looks like she mouths "thank you," but it's kind of really hard to tell with her tongue being cut out. So,
Mm-hmm.
and with that, you see her disappear, kind of off into the night and off towards the docks. All right.
Well, to the tavern then.
Oni Pam while smiling. Ah, yes, yes, to the tavern. That's where we're all going.
Oni Pam's just like, the ship is sailing.
It's like, you can do that? He can do that?
It's almost like, yeah, that's how boats work.
Get it?
So,
It's the ship.
you guys make your way to the tavern. Inside, surprisingly, there are a couple of like restaurant style like tables, and there is what looks to be like a small bar, and the basically right at the entrance there's like a stairway up to some rooms. It seems like the receptionist, as you walk in, half asleep, kind of jolts up and is like, "Oh, visitors. My, it's been quite some time. Okay, what brings you all the way up here?"
A
bit of
room.
sightseeing. Oni Pam, don't be rude.
It's like dark out and I can't see. I want to sleep. Oni Pam's gonna cross her arms.
It is quite easy to see outside. I don't know what you have a problem with. But yes, room and board for us.
Very well. I have 3 rooms available. Each is gonna cost you gold.
Very well then. And I'll fork over 3 gold.
All right.
Wait, why are we getting 3 rooms?
For comfort.
So how are we splitting the 3 rooms then, Solmanor?
Well,
You
very
want your
well.
own room?
Oh, don't worry. There's multiple beds in each.
Oh,
See?
in that case, we'd only need 1 then.
Well, how many beds in each?
2.
2?
Well, there you go.
Uh-oh, I don't like this math.
There's 5 of us.
I was gonna say, I'm like, ah, shoot.
Well, with Cena, doesn't that make 6?
No, that makes 5.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. He did the quick maths.
Okay.
Quick math.
We can
Well,
put Cena in our own room because he keeps forgetting about her.
Yep.
Well, no, if we put her in her own room, we'll leave her, and she will. We'll leave in the morning, and we'll let her know.
Well,
We can just do 2 rooms.
and I'll just have the third. Drops the gold and starts walking up.
There you go.
Works just fine.
Darn. I should have figured that Lilith was gonna do that. Out from the shadows. That's so her style.
I can't believe we just paid 4 gold for 3 rooms.
Wait a minute.
No, I would have taken back my 1 gold piece.
There you go.
Lot sure are a interesting bunch.
It's late, and Onipam's gonna fly to the room.
Here's the keys. I'll be up in the morning to clean and whatever.
Two idiots just walked around without their room keys.
Yeah.
No, I trust Cena. Don't worry. As for
It's-
Lilith, though, that's she'll just lock pick it easy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I just picture it like when the kids get to the car before like dad or mom unlocks it.
And it's just like pulling on the handle.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
yeah.
Trying to pry it open.
It's like, open up!
Oh. There you go. That's exactly what Onipam's doing. Like, why is it the door opening?
Lilith did it. How come I can't do it?
Yeah, that's so weird. Lilith just like walked up to it, just kind of like waved their hand on the door, and then just like it opened. I was like, what? Incredible.
Nice.
All right. Good night, all. And after heading in, kind of tuck myself in and pass out.
Good night, team. Oh man, no one has to take a watch? That's crazy. Not like Onipam would, but
And
Good luck on your third watch.
yeah,
on the
turn
third
over
watch.
to Onipam. Good luck on the third watch.
that's why we're not in a room together.
Ricard, before you fall asleep, you hear Jinx in your mind. I can feel it. It's close. It's definitely here.
I have a feeling it'll be in the church.
Well, it certainly would seem that way. It is the most prominent thing here. With that being such an important relic, I can only imagine it's going to be heavily guarded. So be on your toes tomorrow.
Will do.
Alright. Anything else y'all want to tackle before we move on to the next day?
I'm good.
Nah, I don't think there's anything that Onipam could tackle.
No, probably not.
Not at all.
Like, even though, you know, like, all of us have, like, negative strength, I have confidence that everyone except for Onipam can at least tackle something.
Yeah, sure, why not? I'll do something before we head down.
You do have your own room after all, so there you
Yeah,
go.
exactly. I do have my own room.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna take out my sword and start sharpening it. But as I do so, I also pray to my god.
Is there anything in particular you want to say?
That I'm making progress with gaining more power, but not in the sense of within me, but within numbers.
You don't really get any response necessarily, but you do feel like a slight tingle kind of rush down your spine, almost as if your god was listening.
Gave you a pat on the spine. That's interesting.
I love it when someone caresses my spine.
I know, right? That's great.
That's a really weird voicemail to leave.
The pet on his spine, man. All right.
All right. The next day rolls along. You guys all get up early.
Wait, can Oni Pam do that? I don't think that's in her kit. Like, I think Cena would have to wake her up for that.
All right. Cena wakes you up, Oni Pam. And
Oni Pam does not use Gust on her.
What would happen if I did it then?
Well, we'll have to see. You have to wake up a sleeping Oni Pam. But no,
It's
it's
the
all
thing of
good.
like, are you sure you want to gust of bullets?
Oni Pam's good for waking up in the morning. Definitely not happy about it, but just like, all right, let's see what we've got to do today.
this is Oni Pam.
There you go. Very sleepy Oni Pam will start the morning.
So, heading back out into the city. Definitely many more people out and about during the day. And what's strange is they're all very similarly dressed. They all have sort of these white and gold tinted like robes of sorts. And each one of them has a sort of like patch of what looks to be the sun on the right shoulder.
Even though it won't have the patch, I'll make my cloak of many fashions white and gold tinted.
Okay.
Oh, so fast!
Wow. Why is everyone wearing black and blue?
Wait a minute. Oh no. Solmanor. It's okay to be colorblind.
No, I understand. I got it.
God damn it.
Oh,
That wasn't really a pun, but you know.
still a corny joke.
It's such a...
Do I ask the tavern keep just oh, is there some sort of festival going on?
Oh no, that's just how it is here in the city. If you are a devout follower of Sol, you are gifted those robes, and it is seen as a symbol of all of your prayers coming to fruition. That Sol drapes his spirit upon those that are believed to be his children.
From my knowledge, would I know that that's something that we would have in Chrysolite at all? Do I have my own pair of robes, or am I not, high enough in the cult?
No,
You're not wrong.
it seems to be an exclusive thing to Soul Edge.
Okay. And it's not like if I were here last time that I would just get a robe for being a soul worshiper, right?
No.
No, okay. Alright.
To the church.
To the
To the
cold
church, indeed.
place.
Alright, well, yeah, you guys get to the church. Seems to for sure be open to the public. Um, there are many people walking in and out.
So we're still trying to find a statue.
Yep.
Is that right?
Correct.
Why are we trying to find the statue? If it's not one of those statues?
It's very important. You'll see shortly.
No. Hopefully we can find it shortly. Well, let's head inside the church now.
Alright. Heading inside, the just absolute grandioseness of this building, of this structure, really just kind of comes all together and kind of just encloses on you guys. As you enter, the ceilings rise high up. There is light peeking through many glass panes, kind of just shining down at a center point in this main hall. And at this center point, you see another statue. Very similar to the two outside. However, this one is in a different pose. This one has his left hand up to the sky, also holding an orb, while his right hand, his right arm, is at his side, resting on his scabbard. Ricard, you take a look at the scabbard this time, and immediately as you hone in on it, Jinx pops out in your head once again. There! As you see a different looking sword within the scabbard.
That's it. That's the one.
Hey, we found the statue!
Alright, cool. Now what?
This is where things get tricky.
Uh-oh.
We looking around just like we don't need to take it, do we?
I need that sword.
Okay, alright, fun. Is this
You-
just like front and center?
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
I have
How big
a
is the
feeling
sword?
we can't exactly just take this sword.
How big is the sword?
The statue is a little bit smaller than the ones that were outside, so it looks to be about normal humanoid scale, you know?
Oh geez, that's still so big. Oh man.
Alright. Trying to see.
Ricard, stealing's a bad thing.
Is it stealing, though?
Is that your sword?
Is it theirs?
You know stuff that we don't know about this church, do you?
Not necessarily the church, but the sword.
I think we feel entitled to a little bit of information for why you need this sword and some history of it before we go and straight up steal it.
Belongs to my country.
What's your country?
Sargrim.
Ah,
Sargrim. That sounds familiar.
yeah. It's
Do you have a note or like a letter from Sargrim about the sword? That you need
Nope.
it? Oh, so this is you going to take the sword back yourself.
Correct.
Is this a mission you gave yourself, or is this a mission you were given by someone?
Jinx was the one who told me about it.
Who's that?
The person inside my head.
Pam is going to just like blink.
I'm gonna go ahead and insight check that. Even though me as a player obviously know.
I'm gonna have to insight check that too. God damn you. I don't see anything.
Like,
I don't read into it.
Like, not only is he telling the truth, or it's also is he insane? Is this a warlock kind of thing? Yeah.
What'd you get?
Okay, that's 14 from me.
25.
Did you roll
Maybe I should
deception?
roll too.
Not roll persuasion. It is
Okay.
Jinx
It
is
is-
the person inside my head.
I mean, true. Silmanor, not only is he telling, but he is flat out serious.
Okay. And
Pam's gonna be staring at the sword now.
And what do you get from this voice in your head if you get the sword for them?
It's a great question. But also I don't necessarily think it's just for them. It's also for me.
Okay. And it look over to everyone else, kind of like, is that enough for you guys?
Pam's looking at the sword very intensely.
Stina just kind of shrugs.
Lilith also kind of shrugs because you know, voice in the head, God in the head. You know, pretty
It's
similar.
like, what's the difference?
We'll start making a plan, but would it be alright if I thought this over for a quick rest?
Yeah, I mean, with all due respect, Silmanor, no matter what you think about it, I'm getting that sword.
Alrighty then. So, before that rest happens, though, I'm gonna take a look around and try to form a route in my brain and see if there's like any clear windows or exits that are close enough to this frickin' statue.
You know, also, I'm not gonna do anything yet, but I'm gonna walk up to the statue just to see if, like, anyone says anything to me when I walk up to it.
No one says anything to you, but you do get a couple of glancing eyes from a couple of what seem to be soldiers hired by the church, who are standing at each of the sides of the statue.
Okay. I'll just look at him and like, can I touch it?
No. That's all they say.
Yeah, I mean, fair. Does, because with just like inspecting the statue, obviously without touching it or anything, is there anything else of note that seems odd about it?
Not really. Although the sword does seem to be like it wouldn't be hard to pull out. Seems like it could be a little bit loose in there.
So, this is a statue of Soul, right? Just in a different pose.
Yes.
Pam's gonna kind of scratch the side of her head.
So, Brendan, as far as like the closest exit, how far away and what is it?
I mean, the closest exits are the two exits that you guys saw when walking in, two basic main doors. And these aren't like actual doors, they're more like big kind of promenades, I guess, that are on either side, that go down on either side of the levee.
Mm-hmm. The right and left.
Yeah.
I'm dumb. Is promenade a type of door?
I don't know how best to describe.
If I were to go up to it, would I be able to go through it without issue? Like
Oh, yeah.
open, close.
It's not even anything you can open and close. It's literally just a big
Entryway.
Entryway.
Okay. All right. Cool. Good. 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 How many guards between the statue and the exit?
Well, there's a two right in front of the statue, and then there's just kind of a handful that are patrolling the main hall here of the church.
Okay. All right. And how far from the statue to the entrance?
Let's see. If I draw it out, basically it's like here's a statue, two guards. From a statue to each of these, maybe 30 feet.
30 feet.
Probably more like, 35, 40 feet actually.
Okay.
Look at that creature.
I was thinking the same thing.
You like my drawing?
Whoa.
the asshole is right here.
Square.
And then out of nowhere, Onipam says, "If it was up to me, I'd destroy that sword."
What
Look
the
over-
fuck?
Look over at Onipem.
And
with
Onipam is still staring at the sword.
You care to elaborate on Oni Pam?
Have any of you guys heard of Sargrim?
Yes, it's a nation.
Well, Amelia Sargrim is the one that attacked me, and she used that sword.
Huh.
Onipam is still staring at that sword.
Aha.
And then Onipam's gonna look to her card. I am not going to help you get that sword unless I know what that is and why I was attacked by it.
I don't give a damn. I'm getting that sword. What happened to you not remembering anything, huh? You full of
It
shit
was
now?
the dream I had. The dream that I had recently.
So was
When
you
I attacked Solmanor from.
was you saying good luck on third watch a threat or something?
Well, it's about what I'm about to tell you here. That good luck getting that sword, because I won't be helping. Onipam's gonna turn around and fly out of the church.
Okay.
Wait, Oni Pam, where are you going? Cena's gonna follow after you.
Onipam's going out the right side.
We
This is
can
becoming
figure.
an interesting point of events.
Yeah. The operation can always happen later, so we can figure out all of this in a bit. I'd rather get a plan going first, and then we can see who's going to be taking part in it or not. Regardless, um, how long is the church open for? It's open until curfew.
Well, it closes before curfew. It's basically open dawn to dusk.
Okay. Would it be better to do it when there's more people, or so that we can lose ourselves in a crowd, or less? Hopefully have, I guess, less. I don't really know what having less people would help out if we want to do it stealthily.
Trying to think.
I'm just curious. If I hold on, where is it? Just to test something. If I cast guidance, I'm gonna cast guidance on myself and then walk around. There isn't anything triggered by me casting a spell, right?
No.
Okay. If I walk around with guidance, do I lose it at any point? I'm just gonna like make the rounds, go in and out both doors.
So you can walk out with it, but entering back in with it, it seems to dissipate.
Okay. If I... Alright. Is there any point within here that I can find cover?
I mean, it's a pretty open room. The only cover you would really have would be right behind the statue, or there are a couple of like pews kind of circled around the outer perimeter, so maybe one of those.
Okay. Okay. That could do. So I'm just thinking.
Say what you're thinking.
I can go invisible, but for not very long. Only for a round. And I can also have disguise self on myself to kind of, so that I can drop it once I get lost in the crowd. However, I don't know if 6 seconds is enough. I could try burning it back to back and get 18 seconds. You said it's easy to pull the sword out?
It appears
That's what
that
it
way.
looks like. If we could get some clothes of either guard or a bishop, I have an idea.
This is... So outside of this room, what is there? Like, is it outside?
So obviously this is the main hall. Go back up to my drawing. It seems like the rest of the church kind of goes back into two separate hallways that go like this. But you can't really see anything past that.
Now
Is
it's
it
a
open to the
creature with
public?
its arms in the air.
It's true.
Is it open to the public, do you?
This area does not look to be. It seems to be there's more guards gonna at the entrances of these hallways. Although you do see a couple of the people I mentioned with the robes who are entering and exiting.
Alright, you can continue with your planning, but I'll be back.
Well, I look over to Rickard, who's wearing robes, or rather, wearing a disguise of robes. And so, you could take a look. Maybe they have a laundry room.
Could. The only thing is, unless the Cloak of Many Fashions does this, I don't know. Would it be able to make it have the patch on the shoulder also?
Mm-hmm. So, one detail I guess I haven't mentioned. You see these patches, and they're all similar, but it's all a circle at the center. But each patch has a different number of what you assume are like the rays of the sun, possibly signifying some sort of ranking system. But for your question, I would say that might be something it'd be able to do. It's not like the patch is super elaborate, so I think if you can get the basic shape down, you might be able to pull it off.
Alright. I'm just looking through stuff on my sheet real quick, so I'm just checking things.
So how's planning coming along?
I'm just figuring out disguise.
Back.
I saw one of my features, I was like, oh, this could be really cool, and then I'm just like, really useful, and I'm like, man, not many of the things that I was hoping that I could work with, can't work with it.
Like, man, this is a good chance to use this, and you keep reading, and you're like, oh, nope, not that.
Yep.
Pain.
Thinking, because invisibility makes it so that anything I'm carrying is invisible. I could try doing something weird where I go invisible, run up, grab the sword. Because it's in its scabbard, the hilt will go invisible, pull it out, put a short sword in there, then run out.
Well, I think the scabbard stone itself.
Yeah.
Well, like I don't have to get the scabbard. It's. I
He's
just
just
need to
after the
put it in.
sword.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying
Yeah.
like grab the scabbard and.
No. Just like
He's swapping
I'm,
swords.
I'm swapping swords. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what y'all thinking?
Hmm. I mean, is there anything you're still waiting on for your disguise plan?
Well, yeah, I was like, cause. Question: is the bishop that saw one of the bishops that we saw last night around?
Make a perception check.
19.
Yes. Looking around the hall, excuse me, you see one of them looks to be on one of the pews, facing the statue and praying.
Okay, but only one of them's around.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go up to him and just before I talk to him, I wanna look at his patch.
He has 3 rays.
All right. Hello there.
He looks up. Oh. Oh, you're the one from last night. Is that correct?
Yes.
What can I do for you?
I just wanted to ask about this statue. It seems very interesting, and the sword looks very real.
Oh, yes, of course. This is the Statue of Soul. This is the first construction that the great ancestors of Solare had crafted once they arrived on the shores. That sword is said to be an ancient relic of Sargrim. I don't know much about it myself, but apparently it was sent here after Amelia Sargrim was defeated in battle.
You don't say. Well, thank you very much. I just wanted a little history lesson on the statue itself.
Of course, anytime. Enjoy the church.
Thank you very much. All right. So, you said where were the areas you said that can't really be seen? Like that were like sort of hidden off to the side?
Can you put
I
where
mean,
the pews are?
Yeah. The pews are kind of just circling around. And yeah, these hallways that go back, you can't really see too far down them.
Yeah. And how busy is it in here?
It's fairly busy. There's a good number of people kind of in and out. Say maybe 50 or so at any given time.
Alright. But there's no real spot where I can go where I won't really be seen.
Not in here, at least.
Alright. Go up to Filmanor, and I'm guessing Lilith is still here also.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step out for a second and I'll be back ever so shortly. I'm gonna try something.
In the meantime, I'm going to go and pray at the pews, not to Soul, but to my own God, and just ask, is taking this sword something that wouldn't go against your wishes?
Just dropped my phone. Sorry.
God just dropped their phone.
Silmanor, as you search for an answer, something seems off. Almost like something is blocking your prayers.
I look up. Eyes connecting with the sword and just... Lilith, I'll be back. I just need 5 minutes to clear my head.
Okay.
And I'll leave the church. And
Now Lilith is the only one in there. How did this happen?
Find a bench just not far away. Do I still get that sensation if I sit down and pray?
At first you do, but it seems almost like now it's more your messages are almost like leaking through. You get a kind of muddled answer. Just kind of a few words. Trust yourself. That's really all you can hear.
Trust myself. I'll sigh and just walk around for a quick sec and then walk back in. While Ricard is still doing his business, I'll ask Lilith, what do you think about this?
The whole scenario about stealing something for possibly something inside their head. It's an interesting scenario that we're in. But the person I had slash God or whatever it is doesn't deem the person. It's what the actions that they deal with later on is what we had is what I care about at least.
And what about the actions of Sargrim? What do you think about returning this sword to them?
I don't really care too much about returning it to its rightful owner as it seems. It seems to me that whatever we do with the sword, if we steal it, if we give it back, the things will be set in stone. We'll know immediately as soon as we make our actions.
Can't say that instills a lot of confidence. I'm trying to find like documents on Amelia Sargrim because I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah.
It's the epitome of like, I'm not saying what's right and wrong. There's everyone is entitled to their own opinion to what's happening. So I like to judge the people by their what is to make of what's going to happen. Since just because there's a tool in hand does not mean it can't be used correctly.
I'm sorry, DM. Is there a document that describes Sargrim that I can take a quick look at for what my character, like, what general knowledge there is in the world of? I know there is. There was.
Forget, what have we given them so far, Ethan?
Ethan, awaken!
Because I know.
Everything in the books folder.
Okay. Really, all you know are here. I can resend them, but here. You really know all about the army of Kalambor, and then you know about these relics, which were in the libraries of the Dawnstriders.
Which means Oni Pam would have no idea. Nice.
So it's not been seen until Sword of Sargrim, main weapon. Few who met the blade survived. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay. And was Amelia Sargrim invited to Compass Clash or no?
What?
Well, she wasn't invited to Compass Clash, because remember there was the whole world leader gathering.
Amelia Sargrim's been dead for.
Oh right, my bad. The leader of Sargrim. What is there a known leader of Sargrim right now?
There is not.
No.
But
Was
Sargrim
there-
has not participated in Compass Clash
Okay.
in any fashion whatsoever.
Gotcha. Okay. Just a sanity check. Make sure I got that right.
And 80 check. Fair.
Ricard, I don't mind if you can just describe what you're doing.
Alright. You guys see the other bishop from last night walk back into the church, goes up to soldiers at the statue, and just says, "Greetings. I need to check the statue for something, if you don't mind."
I'm sorry, sir, but no one is allowed to inspect or touch the statue without permission from the high bishops.
I've been given word that someone might have tampered with the statue in a way, and I've been sent to check it.
They're going to insult you.
$26.
Yo, good luck with that one, bud.
Come on. We've been in this place before.
Alright. And who exactly gave you permission?
The High Bishop himself.
They look to each other. I'm sorry, sir. As genuine as you do seem, we can't permit you to inspect the statue without proper documentation, signature.
Well, I appreciate everything you have done. Tap the man on the shoulder. Just give me 1 second.
He's about to cook this man with his mind.
And that's when you body swap with the guard.
I just tap him on the shoulder, and just, darkness emanates from the shadow, from the statue. I reach out, grab the sword, I turn it into my packed weapon, so that's a bonus action. it'll disappear, and I will transform into into looking. Here a second.
He's going for it.
Explain to me what you're doing again.
So, darkness will emanate from the statue because I will cast darkness, and I will reach out, touch this, grab the sword because I can see in magical darkness, and I can turn. I can turn a sword into a packed weapon as a bonus action. So I can literally just grab it and turn it into my packed weapon.
Okay. Is there anything else you're doing?
And then I'll say I will transform and look like the other bishops sitting in the pews.
Oh boy.
God damn it.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Unpackage this.
Trying to.
What lovely calm music for such a lovely and calm scene.
I tried to make this very civil.
We can make this very uncivil real fast.
So, your darkness goes and fills up most of. Well, how big of a space can darkness fill?
It's a 15-foot radius.
So it fills up basically all around the statue, with the guards included. You take the sword and transform, and I assume you stop the darkness, right?
No.
No? Okay.
But I will, in the same voice, be like, "What is happening?"
Okay. And then you transform back into the bishop who you just spoke to, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, as you say, Earl, as you cast this, the guards will draw their weapons. The darkness surrounds them as they go for a swipe, but they miss you. Everyone around kind of gives a big gasp. You transform into this other bishop. What happens then?
I will make the sword disappear from my hand.
Because it's your packed weapon.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'll... Second. I'll stumble out of the shadows.
Okay.
And I'll just look terrified and run out of the church, screaming. Yelling, "We're under attack."
I just Silmador, who doesn't know initially whether that the bishop is Rickard, because just walked in completely, like we wouldn't immediately go like, oh, that's obviously him. Just in sheer shock, do I figure out that this is Rickard's doing from context clues?
I mean, which part of it?
Like from it originate
How
the
do
whole
you know
scuffle
him?
originating from the statue itself, and the fact that we were talking about disguises before. Can I make a roll to see if I would have pieced that together? Yeah.
Sorry,
No.
got cut out there for a second. As soon as, so you don't suspect anything when you see this bishop walk up, but as soon as the bubble of darkness kind of shoots out and covers the statue, you get that kind of sinking feeling in your heart, like, oh no, what did he do?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think darkness being a signature of Ricard is, in addition to all the other things, kind of like, oh god, and just look over at Lilith when this happens.
I'm just in shock, and then I guess I start readying up for a fight, but
And also, once I'm like out of the church, the darkness will drop.
Okay.
2 guards.
So the guards are looking around, very confused, and they look at the statue. Call for the High Bishop. The Sword of Sargrim's been stolen. As you see a bunch of guards just start filling in from outside the entrances and begin escorting people out.
And once I am in a spot where I'm no longer seen, I will stop just screaming eventually. Basically after getting out of the church. Once I'm in a place where I'm no longer seen,
Okay.
I will change back to looking like myself.
Okay. So you change back into yourself. You're hiding behind a building of some sort, I assume. You see kind of people looking around just outside the church, wondering what has happened. And you see guards begin pouring in from everywhere in the city. So now that you're all alone, you finally get a good look at the sword. You pull it out. You take a look. And it is only half the sword.
Oh shit.
The blade, the tip of the blade end has been severed off somehow. And Jinx screams in your head, "What? What? Where's the other half?"
And as quietly, because as basically as a quiet scream, I just go, "Motherfucker!"
A quiet scream.
I want to draw attention. One of like those whisper yells.
Like grinding your teeth together.
This can't be right. It said it was here. Guard, what's the meaning of this? You're sure you pulled it all out, right?
Yes.
Then what happened to the other half?
I don't fucking know.
Just great.
It's a magical goddamn sword. You think I could just pull half of it out?
We don't have time to worry about that. We need to get out of here.
I make the sword disappear again. Walk back over towards the church since, you know, all the commotion and since people are being escorted out.
You find Silmanor and Lilith.
I look irritated.
Great.
Can we, before Rickard shows up, can me and Lilith have a short conversation?
Sure.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not sure was reckless. Judged by their actions, hmm?
I'm like, you can see my force hand starting to flare out even more so than normal, because it's just like, I don't know what's happening, so it's a hidden threat for me, so I'm more on edge.
DM, the guy who attacked us in the Colosseum, I know we got a name. Did he call himself an Umbral Prince?
I don't think he called himself that, but
You guys learned about it later.
yeah.
And the names matched up.
Gotcha. What was the name again?
Alistair.
Alistair the Festering.
Prince of
yeah.
Tricks.
Mm-hmm. I know that history is written by the victors and all, but if his goal is to bring them back to Sargrim, and the only thing, how long ago were the Umbral Princes active?
That you don't know. Although, you can assume it was during the War of Sargrim Conquest.
Yeah, when was that?
That was 65-21, and it is currently 89-34. So almost 2,000 years ago.
2,000 years ago. Okay.
A little bit.
You want us to you want us to help him give that sword back to the people who are famously known for burning villages and summoning demons to cripple every country? I know from the God that I serve that those things can be exaggerated and falsehoods can be spread, but seriously.
Just because Sargrim is known for that type of nation does not mean that everything is bad in that nation.
I'm sure there's
Lenati
nice Thargrim knights, but we're giving the sword back to back to its rightful owner. Who else could that be?
It's depending of like. I don't personally have any idea what could possibly happen if we do something like this. But if it comes down to it, I'll bring them down to their knees with my hands personal.
Even if it means getting a bunch of innocents killed in the process?
There's going to be innocence spilled regardless if we do it or not.
No, these ones will be on your hands. That's the difference.
You make it seem like I haven't had something like this happen before. Decisions are made, and actions have to be taken. Pondering over those types of decisions will just give you more of a headache than what will happen later. It's the people you lead that you're gonna is more necessary at the moment.
Talk about this later.
I'm guessing Ricard shows up now.
Yeah, as you guys finish your conversation, Ricard pulls up.
Sorry about that.
Next time you do something as reckless as that, please tell us so that we don't get caught in the crossfire.
I figured if I didn't tell you, you didn't get caught on the crossfire because if you were literally just treated as normal people and escorted out.
Perhaps in this case. In another case, they would have locked down the entire church and interrogated everyone inside still.
So I figured that if I did tell you that I'll say, you would probably look more suspicious by being like, oh shit, it's happening now, opposed to genuine surprise like everyone else.
I find it hard to place trust in someone who can't place their trust in me.
I was looking out for you. Again, I literally just told you, this wasn't a trust thing. This was your genuine reaction was the best thing going for you.
Just
There's a reason I told you minimally of just saying that I was leaving. I'm gonna go try something and I'll be back. It wasn't a huge heads up, but I was still telling you I was gonna try something, and I wanted you to have just as genuine a reaction as the normal populace.
just please avoid executing these plans in the future that could put us at risk. Like it or not, that plan had risk. You can admit it or not.
All plans have risk. You make plans all the time. You're saying none of those have risks? Of course it had risks. Any plan we would have executed would have had risks. Can we admit that?
I can admit that. Perhaps we should have a discussion about what type of risks we should be taking in the future, since that wasn't communicated properly. Is that fair?
Yes.
You have what you came for, so we can leave now, yeah?
Yeah, yes, we can leave.
Lilith, go find Donipam.
All right.
Lilith, rummaging through the crowd, you find Onipam and Sina, who seem to be conversing with one of the guards.
All right. All right. I just grab both of them, uh, by their cloth of their back of their neck and just start pulling. All right, let's go.
Onipam actually gets out of the way and turns to Lilith and just says, "Sorry, Lilith, not right now. He's taking us to see the commander."
Excuse me, what?
And then Onipam is going to follow the guard away.
Okay. That's an interesting scenario. I guess I'll go back to Solmanor and Rickard and tell them about that, what's happening there.
Right before that, well, I'll say I'll just real quick. Well, after Lilith left, I'm gonna be like, "Listen, Solmanor. Sorry I didn't give you a heads up. But aren't there things in life you would take stupid risks for?"
I suppose there are. Just let us take that plunge a little more willingly. Doesn't have to be completely. You can keep us a little bit in the dark. But there's only so much danger that we're prepared for at any given moment.
I'm gonna be real. I think Lilith was ready to throw hands at any second, so
Okay.
That may or may not be true.
Maybe
The Lilith way.
alright.
but I understand what you mean.
Yeah. So the history of Sargrim, how much of it is true?
It's a great question. But I can definitely say not all of it.
I know enough to think that returning such things, according to the history books, would lead to more slaughter, but
Who
that's
says
as
that
far as...
Who says that I'm specifically returning it to the country?
Is the rightful owners not the rightful rulers of Sargrim?
Rightful owner is a rightful person.
You sure like your riddles, huh?
Who's one person's sword?
So there's a specific person, a person that you trust to use it wisely, that you are delivering this to.
Hopefully one day. But don't know if that day will come. And if not, it'll live and die with me.
Is it as impressive as the legends would hold it to be?
Well, I won't be able to know for who the fuck knows how long.
I kind of cock my eyebrow and...
I'll show you after we leave.
Fair enough. Meanwhile, I'm... Okay, and then she shows up.
Yeah, so, only been seeing the commander?
That fucking cunt.
Are we gonna have to leave the city without her?
I bet I sure fucking do.
Lilith, you're closest to Onipam. What do you think?
Yeah. She's not alone. Can't remember her. She's with Cena right now?
Yeah.
Cena actually
Oh.
went back to you, Lilith.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Cena, what
What the
happened?
fuck's happening?
That makes it even more complicated.
What happened, Cena?
I don't know. Onipam just kind of stormed out, and once all the chaos started ensuing, she got this fire under her eye and demanded to see a soldier to talk to.
Okay, so we have to leave the city now. I think that's agreed upon. Whether or not we put... I vote we completely just get out of Dodge and head straight for Eden. I don't think there's any other place we can go.
I would agree.
I don't take it that it would be any mark of wisdom to tell Onipam about our whereabouts, but this would be leaving her out in unfamiliar country. But as far as I'm considered, unfamiliar country is better than jail, which she has prepared for us.
You can, at this point, without like actual sigh, so it's just like, well, with that whole scenario happening, I'm damn certain the guards think I'm just at least a traveler coming from this land. I should be fine to stay. Do I want to? No. But I can't for the life of me just leave only Pam by herself in this country.
But listen, I hate to say it, but what if you not going with Oni Pam originally? And how badly Oni Pam didn't want me to get the sword. You basically,
What if you're on the list?
agreeing to help get the sword back puts you on the list.
I doubt it.
Well, I'll say I get that you and Oni Pam have a close relationship, but clearly shit's changed after that dream.
I can handle myself at least. I'm not too certain about her. I've lived in this country, and I've seen its best and its worst. And so, it would just be better for me just to make sure she's okay. Weirdly enough, if things do hit the fan, I do have some ties that I can pull. But also, I personally rather not pull those. If running away is the best possible option, running away is the best possible option.
What's Rickard? Let's say that we go off into the forest on the coast, near the coast of where Soul Edge is. Like over here. Wait for a night or two. If Lilith doesn't come back, then we head back to Eden. That sound reasonable?
Real quick, Brennan, how much longer do we have for like our time limit in quotes?
A lot.
A lot? Okay.
Bluntly. So yeah, Ethan and I, we talked about that, and apparently you guys actually didn't take as long to get to each of your places as we first thought.
Okay.
So like I said,
Oh.
it's only the first of it's only the first of Nieves, which is the third month of the year. You guys, I think, started the 22nd of the last month. So it's
And then what? And
really
what did,
only been about a week or two.
and then what's the day we're supposed to be back?
That would be a month from now, the 22nd of that month.
Oh, so literally like
You
almost
have a month and a half.
Yeah, I was like a month
Oh
and a
my
half.
gosh.
Okay.
Dang, we sped run our first mission.
We could take a detour into the woods.
Yeah.
You could take the scenic route.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to check, because I know originally we were talking about that it was basically going to be like, cool, we made it there, then back, and that was like our time, so that's why I wanted to check.
Gotcha. Yeah, Rickard, what do you think of that?
Yeah, we could do that.
All right.
Give me 1 sec. No, I'm good. Never mind.
I kind of bundle myself up and look over to Lilith and say, "Don't get yourself killed, or thrown in jail for that matter."
Not planning on it.
And I point out the area on the map. To Lilith and start packing up stuff. We came here on foot or horses. I'm trying to remember.
Horses.
Horses. How many of them? Was it one per?
Yeah.
Okay. And if there's nothing in our way, nothing else Rickard wants to do, I'm good to just head out.
No, we should probably get out.
What? You don't want to say bye to Dustbringer? Aw.
She's
Someone's
gone.
gone. I thought you were going to say bye to Oni Pam, and I was going to be like, fuck
Oh,
you.
I mean, honestly, Duskbringer might be in a better spot right now.
For real.
Yeah. Dustbringer's on a boat somewhere.
Just in case, I'll disguise self to make myself look like my classic Goliath disguise.
Alright. Well, if you guys are gonna get out of the city, can I have you guys make stealth checks?
$17.
Alrighty. Where is that stealth? 13.
So, the two of you, along with Cena, start making your way back towards the south entrance there. Ricard, are you still yourself?
No. I will transform.
To the other bishop.
No.
No. Hi, Bishop.
And a second as I pull something up.
I love this episode is everything falls apart.
There is no I in team, but there's an I in a lot of our names.
Okay. There's no I in Silmanor.
I will change to look like this.
Oh.
Oh, I saw the name first, and I was like, what?
Hey, Toby. Fuck you.
Yeah? What? No. It's Onipam. It's Onipam, not me. Yeah, this is. I'm just like, I'm on the ride. I'm going like Onipam though. Like, nah, I agree. Like, out of all my characters, like Onipam's the only one that'd do this.
You're right. Fuck
Imagine.
Oni Pam.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. You'll just.
Oh my god, he's a whole man.
Yeah.
Hey,
The-
yo.
Yeah.
See, I was just like
No, that's a man.
slowly, just entire body, just like starting from like the hand and just changing into this human form. Yeah.
Sina looks quite shocked. So,
Just
you're a changeling?
One might say that.
Well, I've never seen one before. It's quite the ability.
I want to fact check you real quick. The leader of Sina's group is a changeling.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Never mind. Disregard.
Maybe they haven't coming out
Fact
yet.
check.
They haven't, you
They
know.
have.
Maybe they're. Oh, shit.
They're
Okay.
publicly
there
out.
you go. He's just like, hold on, nope, they've seen it. That's pretty cool.
Alright, well, disregard that.
That's
statement.
literally what it was in the tournament. If you guys remember.
He changed to the other party member in the group. Yeah.
I never imagined I'd meet another one.
No wonder your disguises were so convincing.
Also, you can call me Emil.
I'll say you're
Hell.
Emil.
Meal.
What did you say, Toby?
What? I didn't say anything, of any sort. What do you mean, Ethan?
Hey, never mind looking like a snack. He's a whole meal.
Meal. I said it. I was like, dang. Now imagine it on the other side. If only Pam was there, she'd be able to say this stuff. Man,
Yeah, this is what you get for Oni Pam being a little bitch.
first that well-timed dream. Ah.
Oni Pam reported it to the principal, and so, you know, we have to leave her back, you know?
Oh.
But moving on regarding your stealth checks. So, Ricard, you transform into a meal. You guys start to make your way towards the south entrance. Along the way, you can see guards kind of continue to pile into the church area. They seem to be screening everyone as best they can, asking questions and whatnot. You guys sneak around a couple buildings in some of the back alleys, but they don't take you far enough to get to the entrance of the city. Once you get back out onto the main road, you guys kind of make a dash for the entrance. And you see a couple of guards kind of continue to be running up, and they catch a glimpse of you. And one of them stops for a hot second, and just kind of watches you all run out. He doesn't pursue, but he does take note of it. You guys make it out of the city, and we will end the session there.
Oh man.
Did we level up?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh come on! After a session like that.